Yes, guys, welcome to the Liverpool show. How is everyone? Hope everyone's doing well. Don't forget, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, all the good stuff, and we'll go hit that intro and come right back. Yes, guys, big up and welcome everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Big up to everyone in the chat who's already joined. Big up to everyone. Everyone's doing a great and having a great weekend thus far. Fortunately, there's no Liverpool match this weekend because of obviously what's happening in the country at the moment with the Queen and everything. So, yeah, the game's been called off, but we're going to still talk about Liverpool today, guys, in the Liverpool show. Yeah, we're going to talk about Arthur Melo and Klopp's comments about our tour. Is it Arthur? Right, here's one for you, guys. Do you pronounce it the first way? So put in 1 or 2 in the chat. Do you pronounce it the first way, number 1, R4, or number 2, Artur? What way do you pronounce it, guys? Number 1, R4, or number 2, Artur? How do you pronounce it? So I don't know. I've been saying Artur. Some people have been saying R4. I have no idea. But yeah, Arthur Melo comments in there today about over the last couple of days about Klopp been saying about Arthur Melo, maybe not, keeping his contract and all this sort of stuff, not signing after his loan deal. He's already looking apparently at players he can buy in January. So yeah, there's a lot to talk about there as well. And also we're going to talk about how our season's going. Where do we see our season going this year? And looking back at the start of the Premier League so far and where we can improve. And we're going to look at certain players as well in the team today as well and talk about them as well. So big up to everyone in chat. Ryan saying 1, Ravi 2, Edward 2. It's Arthur like the cartoon guy. Yeah. Did Ziggy Marley sing the Arthur theme tune? I swear he did. Captain Sells is 2. Big up Sabir, how you doing, my friend? Bless up, Jamie. Best home security system on YouTube. Big up, my friend. John Conway says 2. 1 apparently is named after Scargill, which is really random if true. If he's named after Arthur Scargill, I want to know if that's true. Someone find that out. Anna, big up to you. Is that true? I want to know if he's named after Arthur Scargill. That'd be brilliant. JC says 2. Big up to everyone. Ziggy Marley sung the Arthur theme tune. That is mad. That is just mad. Big up Darren O'Connor as well. Big up Daz. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, so let's get on with the R4 comments, guys, or the R4. Let's go R4. If he's named after Arthur Scargill, which cracks me up. Right. Jurgen Klopp's comments on Arthur. So this is coming from the Daily Mirror of all papers. So Arthur Melo has arrived at Anfield a fortnight ago, but Liverpool boss Jurgen Klopp is already mulling over whether or not to cut the Brazilian's loan spell short, it has been claimed. The Reds were forced to dip back into the transfer market after Klopp was left with a dearth of midfield options as a result of accumulations of injuries. And with Liverpool desperately in need of short-term consistency plan, Arthur, who had previously been heavily linked to Arsenal, appeared to fit the bill. Was he heavily linked to Arsenal? Is that true? Why do I not remember him being heavily linked to Arsenal? I do not remember that at all. Oh, Jesus Christ. Damn adverts on here. Go away. Klopp has stressed that the fans would need to be patient with a 26-year-old who has not played much football this year. Arthur needs to just football and training, especially that's how it is, Klopp has said earlier this month. He wasn't in team training for a while at Juventus, so he needs a proper team training and that's what we're going to give him. He can play minutes, yes. Should he play a full game? No, because he needs to get used to the intensity in each competition. It's not like the Champions. It's not like in the Champions League. You have to work less than in the Premier League. Not all, especially not here. He's doing well and he's really giving his absolute all in training. We have to be careful with him as well, and then we'll see whether we can use him. But it appears that the stance has already changed with Italian outlet. I am not pronouncing that. Reporting that the Reds chief has already decided that Arthur is not up to the task and that could make the decision to terminate his season-long deal in January, just 2 weeks after the midfielder arrived. Arthur's only taste of action since moving to Anfield was a brief 13-minute cameo in the chastating 4-1 defeat against Napoli. Yeah, think of other words there. And with Thiago now back in the fold and a chance to get more bodies back into the team during the upcoming international break, Arthur could find himself starved of action until the new year. If Liverpool do decide to send Arthur back to Juventus early, then the Reds could still open their checkbook in the winter window, something they seemed unlikely when Klopp talked about Arthur's abilities and acquiring a midfielder on deadline day. There's a bit more there, but we'll just give it a pause to see what you guys think in the chat. So what do you reckon, guys? Is Arthur up to it? Is he Liverpool standard? Is that what Jurgen Klopp's getting at here? He doesn't think maybe Arthur, as good as a footballer he is, he just doesn't think the intensity of the Premier League will suit him. But personally, the comments that Klopp says about him are positive comments. The comments about him going to terminate his loan from other outlets in Europe, I believe, is rubbish. I don't think Klopp will be looking to terminate his loan. Arthur's a good footballer. And I think what Jurgen's worried about is that Arthur's not played much football in the year. That's basically what he's getting at. And if he hasn't played much football in the year, he's worried that, with the intensity of the Premier League, the intensity of the Champions League, you can't just go to him, right, you're a good footballer, but play 90 minutes now because, that's not how it works. It takes time. We're seeing that with Darwin Núñez as well. His minutes are a bit up and down at the moment. I think he's only played 40 minutes max in one game. So it's about managing him. Obviously, we all want a midfielder that can come straight into this team. And it's why we're all saying a deadline buy for a midfielder, with a few hours till the end of the transfer window, is a weird kind of buy for Liverpool. Because we know what Jurgen Klopp does. We know Jurgen Klopp looks to implanting players into a team slowly, taking his time with players, moulding that player into his vision and how the club works. That is why we don't do many loan deals, because Jurgen's not going to really work on a player too much when at the end of the day he knows he's not going to be his player next season. So, like with Darwin Núñez, I know, like with me and other Liverpool fans, the rush is there to see Darwin play now. I want to see Darwin Núñez play 90 minutes. You know what I mean? Don't know what's going on with my camera. Sorry, guys. I want to see Darwin Núñez play 90 minutes. I really do. But I can understand why Jurgen Klopp is just waiting on it. And because he wants to mould him correctly. He wants to get him in the team. He wants to show him how we play as a club, get used to his teammates, the intensity of everything. And just do that. But Jurgen knows he's got time with Darwin because he'll be here next season and the season after. So he knows he can take his time with him and mould him, train him, coach him. With Arthur Melo, if you've only got him on loan, he's not going to be Jurgen's buy he's not going to be a Liverpool player next summer. So Jurgen will be like, right, I'll get the best out of you, what I can do, get you into this team as much as possible, but you're alone. You're not going to be my player next season. So do I really want to work on you that much, get you used to the team, and then you play a few games and next season you're not here anymore? It seems a waste of my time. And I think that's why Jurgen doesn't really really go into the loan market too much. And, the players that we have loaned, you've seen have just come and gone and nothing's happened. We don't really buy anyone from their loan either. So It's a weird one. It's a weird one. Let me just get to your comments and see what you say, guys. Jamrock says the news about Arthur has been denied both by the club and the players' representatives. Arthur is doing double sessions. Yeah, I read that he's doing double training sessions, and Klopp and that are really happy with him of doing that as well, showing his intent to stay at the club. Big up Cav, how you doing, my friend? Big up Jane, everyone in chat. It's a great theme song, powerful lyrics, learn to work together and something like that. That is right, the Arthur theme tune, man. That's it, it's classic. I read that Scargill stuff on Red and White Cop forum, so probably I want it to be true, Hannah. I want it to be true. On the buses was amazing. You can't beat on the buses. James Phillips chats on 21 games to get you into game shape. Yeah. You can throw him in. I think you can play a couple of overage players, can't you? So I don't want Bellingham. Not good enough for Liverpool, and what we need doesn't add quality for us. Not a player that can do it. Oh, Ravi. Big up. Yeah, he was. He was linked heavily last season, and this time I was there. I didn't see it. Big up the Arsenal him. Jamie, bless up yourself and your family. Keep grinding. Thank you very much, Jamrock. Much love. So Jamrock and super big up Ryan. Zabiri, everything down here. Keep just enjoying the beautiful weather. Big up Zabiri, mate. You cracked me up on Coppish. Yeah, Zabiri's the man. You know what I mean. Arthur Melo starts under 21s, does he? Okay. He's only played 13 minutes and already been in After Dark podcast tomorrow, lads. Yes, the After Dark podcast will be on tomorrow night, 10 p.m. UK time. So, guys, make sure you're tuning in for that. One person I can't find, though. There's one person I can't find. No one's heard from him either. Our good friend Hugo the Savage. I have not heard from him all week. I've tried contacting him and all that, but I don't know where our man is. I'm hoping he's well. He's worrying me. Big up Jamrock. Football chat. Jaffa won't be signed on a permanent basis. It's a short-term solution. Yeah, exactly. Can't tell. I've not seen him play yet. Exactly. Could let him at least play 90 minutes. I think we'll go for Bellingham in January. Agree in the summer. Yeah, I've got a feeling that might happen as well. I've been saying it for a while now. It wouldn't shock me because I do think Bellingham will join Liverpool Football Club, and I know everyone keeps telling me, but how we going to afford to pay 100 million? The fact of the matter is, we've already made like 70 million back from sales this season that hasn't been used, and that tells me that's the money that's going to go and buy Jude Bellingham. So I do think we'll buy Bellingham. I think something will be done in January. There'll either be a gentleman's agreement or some kind of financial agreement where Liverpool have, that first dibs on Bellingham come next summer. But I just got this feeling. I don't know what it is. I just got this feeling. I know I think Man City. Everyone's going to be looking at him. If you're a top club, you should be looking at him because he's a top player. He was the highlight for Borussia Dortmund against Man City the other night. Man City are probably looking at his performance thinking, yep, we could do with him. It might be the last year of Bernardo Silva and Gundogan and stuff like that, and Bellingham's an automatic replacement. Madrid, I'm not sure about the Real Madrid situation. I think Real Madrid are quite stacked there in midfield now. I think Modric will probably leave at the end of this season, is it? And then you still got Toni Kroos, you still got Camavinga, you still got Tchouaméni, you still got Valverde. They're stacked there for talent. You know what I mean? So I do think it's going to be between. I know United said they're in for him as well. Now United would probably beat us in wages, but I do think if Jude Bellingham wanted to pick a team, it's either going to be Man City or Liverpool. I think his family are Liverpool fans. I think his dad is or something like that. Bellingham's hero is Stevie G. He's one of his best friends plays for Man City right now. So I think it's going to be a big toss up between us and City, but we have got to do something in January to make that deal so we ain't got no competition. That's That's why I moved up north. Big up Elias, how you doing, my friend? Big up Damien, how you doing, my man? That's why. Then why the F get him on loan? What the F is going on with this club? That's what I'm saying. It's a weird one. That's why when it comes to loan signings, when I remember in the transfer window, everyone was going, let's get a loan player in, let's get someone in on loan, just to cover that gap. And I always said, Klopp don't do loan deals because Klopp ain't going to train a player that's not really his. He'll feel like, what's the point? It takes a good season for for players usually to come into our team. It takes a good 6 months for them to get up to standard, to get used to the players around them, to the level of training, the intensity of training. There's that word, intensity. The intensity of training at the club, what Klopp demands of his players. Usually takes 6 months. We saw that at Flacco. When Fabinho came to the club, he was poor when he started. Then he started to get used to everything. Klopp brought him in slowly, got him used to everything, and now you see the player we got with Arthur or Arthur, whatever you want to call him. If he don't, Klopp's going to look at him and think, if you're only here for 8-9 months and you're going back next summer, the work I'm going to have to put in to get you used to everything, it might not be worth it. So that's why you only might see bits and pieces of Arthur playing for Liverpool. It is a mad one. We will need Arthur as the season goes on. These reports have been taken in with a pinch of salt. Yeah, I mean, I don't believe that. I've got to say, I don't believe all that Klopp wants to end his contract. Klopp ain't watching him train and go, right, that's it, done. I don't want him. Yeah, what you're doing. Klopp knew the player. Klopp knows who Arthur Melo is. He played for Barcelona or Juventus. He's a Brazilian international. He's watched him play. He knows who he is. So I don't believe in all that. But what I think it is just the fact that he's a loanee. Klopp knows he's not his player. He's going to have to get him used to the team quite quickly if he needs to use him this season. But in the article, like I read, which I'll carry on reading a bit now, Thiago's back. And after the international break, we're going to have a lot of players coming back from injury. When we play Brighton on the 1st of October, we're going to have a lot of players back. And things are going to look a little brighter on player front and the players that we got back. And I'm going to have to say all them players are probably going to be in front of Arthur. If Liverpool sign said Arthur back new, which they won't. Speaking after the deal to bring Arthur to Anfield, it has been confirmed that Res Chief said, what does he bring? He's a really good footballer. I think we all agree on that. He can give rhythm. He's a really good passer, has speed on the ball, safe on the ball, and now I said can demand rhythm, which is pretty important. Really good in tight areas. All these kind of things I like a lot. So that's what Klopp's saying about Arthur. So that's really good thing. That's a positive statement. So what Jurgen Klopp here, quotes from Jurgen Klopp is saying, I think he's he says that him and his coaching staff all agree that he's a good footballer with good passing. He's good. He's got speed on the ball. He's safe on the ball, and he demands rhythm, a bit like Thiago does, and that's important to Klopp. Basically, what he's saying, and he's good in tight areas. Now, the good in tight areas thing is what we have a problem with. Jordan Henderson at the moment, because Jordan Henderson now, when teams press against Jordan Henderson, he can sometimes give away the ball or get caught, and stuff like that. And that's to go, when Thiago gets pressed, Thiago can turn the player in tight areas, keep the ball in tight areas, keep the ball moving, which is what you want. And basically saying Arthur's the same as that. So keeping in tight areas, if he's getting pressed or pressured, he can keep the ball, keep the rhythm going, where at the moment some of the players we've got in our team can't do that anymore. So he's going to be an important player for us, and I hope we do keep him for a while. Truthfully, Arthur is amazing, but the problem is, can he get back to the level that he was at? He's in his prime at the moment. Yeah, man's 26 years old. You know what I mean? He's a good footballer. KZ, how you doing, my friend? We make every transfer so much harder than it has to be. Time to start acting like a big club. I do agree with that. Arthur doesn't need to play 90 minutes. He needs to take some of the minutes from some of ours, and that's it. Yeah, I agree. After starting for the under-21s later, as is Carvalho. That's interesting. That's interesting because that's interesting. Klopp's obviously trying to get him up to speed quick now. And Carvalho, which is good because Carvalho hasn't played for a week or so because of 10 days, is it? Because of that. Is it about 10 days now since the Napoli game? Or what? Sorry, the Everton game. Was it the Everton game Carvalho? Yeah, the Everton game Carvalho got injured in, isn't it? Is that 10 days, 2 weeks ago? Something like that. Carvalho hasn't played since, so because of that dead leg. So that's good. While we got this break, while we're not playing, obviously we were meant to play Chelsea to this weekend. While we're not playing, get these players back up, get them getting training. And you're getting Arthur Melo some minutes on a football pitch. Yeah, under 21s might not be the most competitive football in the world, but it's a competitive game. A decent standard. But it's just getting some rhythm. And that's what Carvalho needs. He needs rhythm. And so does Arthur Melo. Needs rhythm. So get him in there. Give him a game. It's probably on LFTV, guys. If you go on LFC TV or Liverpool Go, if you've got it on your phone, Liverpool Go, give it a watch, guys. See how he does. I don't think we actually buy him now, neither do I. Klopp didn't want our tour. No, he didn't. Big up Stubbsy. How you doing, mate? Afternoon, mate. All my love to Penny and the family. Hope you're okay. I'm closing on 1.4k. Big up to you, Stubbsy. Big up KVJ. How you doing? Just imagine Arthur plays like he played at Barcelona for us. I don't think we would be looking at free options next season. I reckon we buy Arthur and Jude maybe, Enzo, and that's it if he plays. That's a good point. It's a good point. We all know if Arthur plays and we can get into some kind of standard that was like he was at Barcelona, we've got a very good midfielder there. No doubt about it. Got a very good, capable midfielder there. And I think his transfer value is 35 million, which Juventus said Liverpool can pay over 2 seasons. Very, very much an FSG kind of transfer. So if we can get into a standard, then definitely, I agree. It could be a good bit of business. Arthur Dark. Arthur Dark. Should have called it that from now on. The Arthur Dark podcast. Big up, everyone. Big up. I hope everyone's Pac-Man too. Yeah, I ain't seen Pac-Man in a while. I think Arthur has some good qualities, but overall not Liverpool standards. Do a good job on the occasion, but won't sign penalty, in my opinion. Big up, Cav. Cav, if you're around, I can send you a link if you want to come in, mate. Jamie, I stand by Bellingham. Think we can't just be going for him just because he's the new toy everyone wants, and then we realise he's not enough overrated player. Ravi. Don't know what to say, my friend. Arthur is not Liverpool quality, sending back Juventus as Ilias. And why are you? I think Bernardo to Barca, then City will bring in Bellingham. That could be the one. Big up Rods as well. Rods, if you're available, I can send you a link as well. We need more than one. We'll buy one in January and one in the summer. What was I saying, guys? What did I say in the transfer window? I can see us getting a midfielder in the summer, a midfielder in January, and a midfielder in the summer, which gives us 3 midfielders next season. I don't know if that would quite be the thing. I think we just have Arthur on loan now this season. I just got this feeling about. I know, like Ravi's not the biggest Bellingham fan. Big up the Ravi. I've just got this thing that Jude Bellingham will be a Liverpool footballer. I don't know what it is. I just think we're going to do something in January. There'll either going to be a gentleman's agreement, a financial agreement, something that gives us first dibs. I just feel like I remember John Moore. Big up John Moore, my friend John Moore. Big up to you, my man. I remember him saying Liverpool made 70 million back. Made 70 million back from transfers, but we didn't buy any midfielder this summer with that 70 extra million we had spare. So that money's there. And you made a good point. That tells me it's because they want Jude Bellingham and they're going to use that money in January to get Jude Bellingham in some kind of deal that brings him here next summer, in my opinion. In my opinion. Who is that Brazilian lad we've been linked with? Oh, I know the one you're on about. I don't think we've been linked with him, Aaron. I think he spoke about Liverpool. I think his name's Enzo. Might be Enzo Fernandez, is it? Or something like that. Is it Enzo Fernandez, the one you're talking about? I can't remember. I know there was a player, I think he's a Brazilian player, but he was talking big about Liverpool. He said one day he wants to play in the Premier League. Champions League is his main thing he wants to win in his career, and he wants to play at Liverpool Football Club. So apparently I don't know if we're linked with him because of that, but yeah. Oh, here you go. Pablo says it. Yeah, I haven't seen much of Enzo Fernandez, but from the highlights, he looks good. Never heard of him, to be fair, Pablo. When Cater goes, give Bellingham 8. Definitely. I think reports are saying Liverpool are looking for 3 to 4 midfielders next season. Basically, it's what we need, ain't it? The Prem being competitive is a myth. City to 5-6 titles. I think, Trudon, I think where we say the Premier League is competitive is between, yes, there's always one winner. You know, City are running away with the Premier League every single year. There's no doubt about that. But what I think they mean by competitive is that everyone else in the league are really like, you don't sort of take City out of it. It is a competitive Premier League, if you know what I mean. Like, all the teams can beat each other. Look, City won again today because Wolves bent over and opened their arse for them and, you know, made it easy. City are probably going to win the league, ain't they? They're probably going to run away with it at the end. But we just got to do our best. Look, I'm not really bothered, guys. I'm not really bothered about City. Let City be City. Let City do whatever they want, and I'm not going to worry about Manchester City too much anymore. It's pointless worrying about it, guys. Just let Man City get on. If they have a bad result here, we can celebrate it. But at the end of the day, it's Manchester City. They've probably got the best team in Europe. They've got the most dangerous finisher in the world up front in Haaland. It looks like he can break every single record he wants. I mean, will he break Lionel Messi's 72 12-month? Didn't Leo Messi score 72 goals in a 12-month period, which is stupid? Will he break that? I don't know. But he could break Salah's record of 32 in case, unless anything happens bad to him or the goals just dry out for some reason, which I can't see. You know, he's I don't know. City are City. And I'm sort of not going to worry about him anymore. I'm just going to worry about ourselves, guys. And see what happens. See how the season unfolds, you know. See how the season unfolds. But I get what you're saying, Trudon. Jamie, have you got the Tottenham Leicester game on? I have not, actually. I might actually put it on. I was going to do a watch-along today, but then I saw the 5:30 game was Tottenham Leicester, and I was like, no, I don't really want to be bored off my tits. Do you know what I mean? Oh, the kids have nicked my remote. Oh, sons of a gun. Where the kids put my... I'm going to kill him. Looking at it different than... looking at this different than buying. People need to stop calling out other leagues. Farmers League, the Premier Shambles. After his Pat Sharp from Funhouse, he's not... Pat Sharp from Funhouse! Oh, oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. You crack me up, Trudon. You crack me up. You absolutely crack me up, my friend. What's the deal, bro? Big up, Joyce. How you doing, mate? How you doing? Well, and yeah, it's overrated so much. The Villa Southampton game was dross. Yeah, I get what everyone's saying. It's usually like the top 6 teams are the top 6 teams, ain't they? And everyone else doesn't really matter. Sorry, guys. I'm just getting something. The other games don't really matter. Let's face it. That's why the Super League was trying to be invented. You know what I mean? Is he shit? No, he's not. He's not, man. He's a good footballer. Jamie, you all right, mate? Hope you had a nice day. Also, I've quit football training. Big up, Andrew. Why you quit training, Andrew? Let me know. We all know why Klopp hates loans. He doesn't want to build a relationship with a player. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Pablo. Exactly. Jamie, I hope last week's podcast didn't get Savage in trouble with his missus or previous porn clients. No, I don't know what's happened to the man. I haven't literally seen him. It's been a strange one. I've rung him, I've called him, I've messaged him, nothing. I hope he's all right. I hope he's all right. But obviously he's a big person to the show, and we miss him over here. We miss him. So Savage, if you're watching, get in touch with me. Let me know what's happening, fella, because you're a missed. We want you back. Right, I'm just trying to get some people in here. Right, let's get Cav. If you're around, Cav, I'm going to send you the link if you want to come and have a little chin wag. Everton turned down Arthur, enough said. Now, Arthur is a good footballer, guys. Honestly, Arthur is he's a decent footballer. I would keep Arthur. He's decent. What we need, yeah, exactly. Can you imagine? Like, this is how mad it is now. Oh, for goodness sake, this is how mad it is now. Can you imagine if we got Arthur a few years ago? We'd have all been celebrating. we'd all been celebrating, going, "Oh, we got Arthur. This is fantastic. We got Arthur." And now it's like he's not good enough. It's a mad one. Could be a spy. I can't wait till Ibu comes back. So yeah, Ibu and everyone should be back by the end of this month, apparently. So by the time all the games start again, they should all be back. Arthur isn't going to get binned off just after 2 weeks. October is probably busy, and Arthur will get some minutes. Yeah. So all the top 6 clubs in, I believe all the top 6 clubs. I'm not sure if it's all the No, it'll only be the top 6 clubs in Europe, won't it? So apparently all the top 6 clubs have got to play 9 games in the month of October or something like that. 9 games in the month of October. It's an extremely, extremely busy month. And Leicester have a penalty against Spurs. Tielemans over the penalty right now. Live commentary. Go! Leicester 1, Tottenham 0. This ain't a watch along, by the way, so no one get excited. But Leicester have just taken a lead. Big goal. Tielemans, Chipmunk. 6 minutes gone here. Tottenham behind at home to Leicester, who desperately need the 3 points. Let's bring Andrew in. Andrew's in the green room. I didn't see you there, Andrew. You all right, mate?
Right. Yeah, sound.
Use him instead of Milner. Justin, yeah. Yeah, smash the likes, guys. If you've not hit the like button yet, what are you waiting for? Just go and hit that fun button. We've had 33 likes so far. We've got 61 people watching right now. Go and smash the likes, guys. I know the football's on and all that, and I'm streaming when the football's on, which is usually like a no-no. But I thought, why not? Why not? I've got nothing else to do. Yes, use them before Millie. How are you, Jamie? Big up everyone in chat. Big up, Hannah. How you doing, my friend? Hendo just needs to be in the backup for Fabinho. Gerrard eventually transitioned to that deep lane playmaker. Now it's Hendo's time, exactly. Marshall, how you doing, man? Not Jamie. How you doing, Marshall? How you doing? Well, 2 weeks ago. Big up, Bailey. Yeah, the game. 2 weeks ago, Carvalho, wasn't it? Are the players travelled? I have the players travelled for internationals. I think they will soon. Yeah. Further step. Big up, Pat Man. How you doing, my friend? If those rumours about him not being good enough are true, that's generally awful business. A last minute panic buy, and that's being banned off 2 weeks. Yeah, I know what you're saying, Pat Man. Apparently, like the binning off bit, though, is just reporters just making that crap. Kate forced to play with the under 8s, just to troll him.
Apparently, the under 21s are playing tonight, and Otto and Cavallo are in the lineup tonight.
Yeah, they're in the lineup. Yeah, apparently that's what everyone in chat's saying.
So at least he's getting a few minutes.
Harry Kane 1-0! What a ball! Sorry, Andrew. What a ball!
It's all right.
What a finish by Harry Kane.
Harry Kane.
Trying to tell Haaland that he ain't.
That's all what the FIFA YouTubers call him. Harry Kane.
Harry Kane. Lovely finish by Harry Kane. Leicester again at set pieces are trash. Short corner, taken quickly. It's a great ball back in. Tremendous ball back in.
Rogers
Kane's
in the mud.
onside.
Rogers in the mud.
Oh, Jesus. Rogers has never coached set pieces in his life. What a finish by Harry Kane. Do you think this Arthur signing will beat a Ben Davis? No, because the way Klopp's talking about him, he's trying to get him ready. Apparently, Arthur is taking double training sessions. Arthur wants to get in the team, man. And let's face it, we've seen Arthur more already than Ben Davis. Yeah, if anyone can rekindle, yeah, exactly. At Jamie, there have been a lot of articles written about overseas outlets the last week. Nunes and Arthur too. Too many fans just read beep and believe it. It's sad. Yeah, I'm beeping myself. Big up Jamrock. What do you make of these Nunes rumours about him signing him next season? So yeah, I saw this. I don't know if you saw this, Andrew. So Matheus Nunes. So there's this rumour because Matheus Nunes' agent is Mendes, ain't it? Mendes and apparently Julian Ward are quite close, ain't they? They work very well together. Sorry, guys. Tottenham's build-up play is lovely. 1 second. Let's see where this ends. Cross in. It's a beautiful ball again. Leicester all over the shop. And apparently he's gone to Wolves as a deal that goes to Liverpool the following season. Now, we've seen transfers like this before. When a player goes to a certain club and then they go to the club they were meant to go to like 12 months later. Mascherano. And, it happened at West Ham. Mascherano and Tevez went to West Ham just to get him into England. And then from there, they went to the clubs they're meant to go to, like Man United and Liverpool. So, yeah, we could be seeing Matheus Nunes at Liverpool. Who knows? Arthur will come good. A lot of hard work going into making him fit, yeah. Arthur Daly, minder. It's so sad Liverpool Appy's not showing the under-21 game. Want to see Arthur play? Oh, that's a shame. You've seen the Forest fans talking during the minute silence, but no one says anything. Yeah, exactly. It's because they're not Scousers, are they? It's only disrespectful if Scousers do anything. Ain't it, Andrew?
Yeah.
You guys must get so much shit for no reason. It always does. I mean, I've gone on here many times and spoke about the reason, why the government and everyone hate Liverpudlians and they're just scum of the earth, unfortunately. Not Liverpudlians, the Tories, basically. Fuck the Tories. Arthur will be whom we sign if he does well. We said Bellingham, who will probably go to City, said Captain Sal. Big up Marvin Adu, my friend. Thanks for the super chat. I hope everything's okay with Penny Jamie. Big up to you, my friend. We won't be an eye out for next season. He's just a stopgap this year. I totally agree. Anthony, how you doing? I fear for Bellingham is going to be a circus, a proper bidding war. This is why Liverpool don't get involved in bidding wars, do they? I just feel like Liverpool would do something before. I just don't know what it is. There's something in my blood saying that Liverpool will sign him. But City made 150 doesn't mean they 100% go either. No, exactly. It's Enzo Fernandez. That's the one there, definitely. Jamie, we actually made 2 bids for Casado last week off the transfer window. Yeah, I heard that. Pat-Man, you coming on the pod? You're a funny guy, lad. Yeah, Pat-Man's coming Sunday. Pat-Man, what I do, I'll put the invite in the chat on Sunday so you can come on, my friend. Bruno Larg is garbage. Yeah, I think they're just, they're shit. Let's face it. I think Wolves last year got a lot of love because they didn't concede a lot of goals. But as I said, they didn't score goals either. And I think they got away with it a little bit, Andrew, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
And then you see this season, total crap. Spurs in here, should be 2. Bentancur, was that Højbjerg going for the worst shot I've ever seen, then asking for handball, nothing given. Leicester going up the other end and just give it away because it's just useless. It's not. João
Gomez. Yeah,
I remember.
Apparently, he spoke to ESPN Brazil a few weeks ago, I think it was, and he said he'd like to play in the Champions League with Liverpool one day, and Obviously, he admires Liverpool a lot. So
Mm.
just got to wait and see. I mean, obviously, it's been talk we might make a bid maybe January or next summer. So
Keep your eyes and ears open for that one. Bayern Munich lost. They struggle against low block teams as we do. I thought Mane was their saviour. That's what everyone told
did he?
me.
A man apparently claims that Mane's not happy since he's left.
Of course he ain't.
He's playing in the Farmers League, for God's sake.
He ain't even playing that well over there, what I've seen.
No. He lost today, to Augsburg, didn't he?
Yeah. I wonder if Bayern Munich miss... everyone keeps saying Liverpool miss Mane. I wonder if Bayern Munich miss Lewandowski. You know what I mean? No one says that, do they? No, it's just... Look, I've said it from time to time now. I believe people might not like it. I think we sold Mane at the right time. I really do. Mane was going to leave the football club because no player stays unless they retire at the football club. No club, you don't really get players staying forever. They usually go eventually. I do look at it now and think, you know what? Maybe we did let Sadio Mane leave at the right time, and it might be true now. Yeah, Grealish was actually decent today. What I saw, that's it. He got 93 goals in a calendar year and 72 goals in a season, didn't he? Yeah, Messi's just different. He's just different, ain't he? And he's not even an out-and-out striker. It's just mad.
Barca should have beat Bayern the other day.
I didn't actually watch that game. I forgot.
Yeah, my brother was saying Barca absolutely dominated Bayern, but Bayern luckily got the 2 goals.
No, I didn't watch it. I'm going to have to go back. Apparently, FSG looking to buy a Brazilian club in the near future as a feeder club for Liverpool as well to their portfolio. A lot of clubs do it. We're a bit behind the times on this, actually. Sorry, Maddison with the ball for Leicester. Gives it to Tillemans. Tillemans looks up. It's a jank ball. And, apparently a lot of football clubs have got, like, feeder clubs that they can, got, like, South American clubs, other European clubs that they can, do that thing with. Like, you look at the Red Bull teams, they're a franchise. There's a lot of teams that I think City... Haven't they got a South American connection or something like that? That's why they got Alvarez and all that, because, they've got scouts out there because they got a South American club or something like that. So they got scouts out there so they can watch someone like an Alvarez all the time. That's what you need. Liverpool need to go and get another club that's like a feeder club to your club. Get a franchise going. I'm all for that. I generally don't see the difference of them in the league. Literally just putting in up 90 plus points plus 6 out of 7 seasons. Big up Sam. All leagues are farmers leagues when you only have one team. Yeah, look, this is true. You look at it. Premier League have got City. The French League have got PSG. Spain have got Real Madrid. Italy.
Bundesliga has got Bayern.
Yeah, Germany has got Bayern. And if you look at Italy, Italy's 3 major clubs are the Milan clubs and Juventus. They're their major. So, in theory, all the clubs, all the top leagues around Europe are all dominated usually by the same 1 or 2 teams year in, year out. So, that's never changed. But what you want competitiveness in that league still at the same time. You want still to be competitive in that league. So if you can get players... So City can lose a game. Like City can go to Southampton and not win. City can go to Crystal Palace and not even score a goal in a game. It can happen. And, at the end of the day, these teams as well are just... Sorry, this Leicester on the attack here and it's driving me nuts because they're so bad. You got all the top teams... But at the end of the day, they're all dominant for a reason because they're all quality. Look at Man City. They're probably the best team in Europe right now. You can't argue against it. They've probably got the best striker in the world. Well, they have got the best striker in the world. They've got a tremendous coach. So they're going to be top of the league. And look, at the end of the day, they do have bucket loads of money. But as I keep saying, they spend it more wise than we give them credit for. I mean, they got that fullback for 15 million, didn't they? I mean, that's just that defender. What's that defender's name again?
Angie.
Angie for 15 mil. I mean, that's great business for a team that's got unlimited funds, unlimited money. 15 million for him is just tremendous business.
Yeah, this Gomez that I was telling you about, the Brazil midfielder. Apparently he's only 21. He can play CDM or centre mid, so it's like it can give like Fabinho a rest if he needs it. And apparently he's a very good winner of the ball. Like he win the ball back, tackle, everything. He's got everything about him, like passing range as well.
Oh, sweet. That's what we want, man. That's what we want. Pat-Man says Free Savage. I literally don't know where he is. I haven't heard from him all week.
You see my message the other day, so he must be all right. You see me message when I DM'd him.
He seen my messages and all that, and I rung him earlier.
I just hope he's all right, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. I hope he's
He's been kidnapped by the Fiend.
He's been kidnapped by the Fiend. I don't even think he put his SmackDown video up today.
No.
I saw him put his Raw video up, and he did a few film trailers on his Hugo Online the other day, but I've not heard from him. I don't know if he's away. Me and Savage talk so much. I can't remember.
He might be on holiday then, probably.
Yeah, like he's having a break or something like that, or he's dirt busy with work or something. I can't remember for the love of me because we talk so much about stuff. So that might have come up. Look, I'm so behind the chat. Look, a penalty to Leicester, and this is like 20 minutes ago. So penalty and a penalty. Leicester had a penalty saved in the 5th minute. I thought they scored it. I swear I watched them score it. Big up Vasa Flowers. Hope you're doing well. Jamrock's watching the Gladbach Leipzig game. Let me know what the score is, Jamrock. Leicester missed the penalty. Savage didn't deserve to be locked up for 10 years. Such a shut up, Batman. Big up Muncie. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, Man United got to play 9 games. Yeah, 9 games in a month for all the top 6 teams. That is going to be a lot of football. They had to retake it. Oh, I didn't see the first one. Arthur Daly, Arthur Daly. Central C in the house. How you doing? More chances of Arthur the cartoon playing than Melo. I do like that cartoon. The Forest fan was a guy with Tourette's. Jesus Christ. F the Tories. Exactly. Well, Klopp and Linda shouldn't. Oh, Tottenham have taken a 2-1 lead. Is that Eric Dyer? Are you having a giggle? Leicester are bad, man. Leicester are so. Leicester. Do you remember at the beginning of the season when I had a little laughy joke in saying Leicester will get relegated as a laugh? I might not be far off, I might not be far off. Again from a corner! Who is there? They had the photo of the set piece coach a minute ago.
That's what happens when they lose Fofana to Chelsea. He
should just hand in his resignation right now and just walk. Just literally walk out the stadium because it's ridiculously easy. Big up Cav, how you doing, my friend?
Hello, guys. Yeah, all good, all good. You guys okay?
Yeah. Doing well. I'm just looking. Leicester are terrible.
Is that Leicester conceded from another corner, is it?
2 corners in the game there, yeah.
Do you know what? Because I've just come upstairs, right, to jump on stream, so I'm just going to get the game up now. But earlier on, when they conceded the first goal, they panned to the set piece coach.
Yeah, sorry.
I was like, what a way to just hang this guy out to dry.
Yeah. I mean, he might be the set piece coach, but at the end of the day, Brendan Rodgers is the manager.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, who should we blame? Who should we do the blame game on? It's just Tottenham scored 7 goals from headers already this season. Yeah, Eric Dyer looking decent.
That penalty situation, Jamie. Leicester got awarded it and they took it and it was saved.
Yeah.
And they had to retake it because Lloris come off his line when he saved it. So it got retaken and that's the goal that you saw got scored. Yeah. So.
Right. Yeah, you got to be careful. They got a player. Leicester got a defender. It looks so like David Luiz.
Yeah. What's his Val? Oh, what's his name? I'll have a look now.
It's a bloke they bought in the summer.
15
million or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
And apparently he was. I remember pundits and I remember an ESPN report was saying it's 15 million is just great business for him. He's worth more than that. He's shocking.
They signed him. They signed him quite late. Obviously, they lost Fofana last minute, didn't they? But
when it last had last day of transfer window.
It might have been the last day. Yeah.
Was it Vestergaard?
No. The Vestergaard's the other player that they have.
I think they got rid of Vestergaard, didn't they? Didn't he leave?
I don't know if he's gone. I don't know.
You might. Well, I mean, it's no different.
I think he's still there. Actually, I think he's still there.
He's terrible. I've never seen a player just have a career because
he's so tall. Yeah,
because he's tall. Yeah, that's the only reason he's got a career.
Yeah, he had like 5 good games, and Leicester signed him off the back of it.
It's just mad. Why is Jude Bellingham the be and end all of Liverpool? This should have stopped us from being a midfielder this year. Too many enablers just back everything what the club does. Yeah, I totally understand what you're saying. But obviously, I just feel like the club want Bellingham. That they think he will work in their system and with what they got, and he's a player that can be there for no matter what they spend on him. He's a player that can be there for 10 years. So I think that's what I've said it a while now. I just think Bellingham joins Liverpool. I just see Liverpool doing something in January.
Did you watch him the other night, Jay?
Sorry?
Did you watch him when he played the Man City game?
Yeah, I saw bits of him. Quality.
What do you think to him then? Because that's the only reason I watched the game, I'll be honest.
I think it's quality. He's got everything. Oh, hang on. Tillemans. Oh, I'm not going to commentate on what I just saw there. Tillemans just back-heeled it to nobody in the penalty box. What is he doing? Yeah, he's good. He can hold the ball. He can run with the ball. He's quick on and off the ball as well, ain't he? And he can arrive late in the box. He can shoot outside the box. He can dribble. He's got a pass on him. You know, he's got what Klopp wants in a midfielder. He can defend. He can attack. You know, he's composed. He's good under pressure. You know, he's good on the press as well. He's got, you know, when people press him, he's got a turn on him. He's got a skill, or he can hold the ball and keep the rhythm going of the game. Where you look at where, like I've said with Hendo's good defensively, but when you get him in the press and put him under pressure, he hasn't got that in him anymore to get out of it, and he you know, his legs get tied up, or gives a pass away, or he just, you know, he can't do it. Where Harvey at the moment, that's why Harvey plays in that position. It's 3-1 from another corner.
It was a Harry Kane or diet.
It's an own goal.
Oh my god.
I'm about.
Hang on.
They're just taking the corner now.
Yeah, they might not give this. Hang on. Danny Ward's in goal. That's all you need to know.
Do you remember that funny season when we were like, Danny Ward's going to be number 1 for Liverpool?
Oh, do you remember that? Here we go. It's a foul on the goalkeeper in this game. That's a foul on the goalkeeper. You can't do that. I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
They'd be fuming that.
It's a foul on the keeper. You can't do that in this game. He's got his arms all over his head. No, you can't do that. That won't be a goal.
But it's going back to it though. Like, it's just, I think it's Sanchez. Just got so much space in the box to run onto that header. It's crazy.
It's mad. Yeah, just as it's not a watching on, but commentates every chance. I can't help it. I got it on in the corner, and it's just like I see a little bit, and it's like, oh Jesus. Rogers out, Big Sam in. Can you imagine? Could you imagine? I don't know how much time Brendan's got left. I really don't. I'm surprised he's still there, to be fair.
I think we touched upon it a few weeks back, didn't we? I think they've got to pay him 25 million off his contract if they are going to sack him, which is probably a reason not to.
I mean, but then you're suffering the team.
I know.
I mean, I said it at the beginning when we did the preview at the beginning of the season. I did say, as a joke, Leicester could get relegated. As a joke, aren't they bottom of the league at the moment?
They are bottom. Yeah, they are bottom. I don't think they get relegated, but Jesus Christ, they got to change their fortune, didn't they?
When you start as bad as this, it's very hard to come back.
I'm going to shoot off, lads, because I've got to go to the shop and get a few beers.
Go on, Andrew. Go and get your beers. Piss it. Go on.
Yeah, a bit, lads.
See you, Andrew.
Big up, Pat-Man. I was at the Dortmund game. From where I was, he had 20-minute period in each half where he was great. Other than that, he wasn't. He He wasn't unbelievable though. Tough dig at Gauntlet midfielder. Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you had 40 minutes of a good game in 90 against an exceptional Man City team in a Borussia Dortmund side, that's quite good to be fair. If you put it in like that, you know, 40 minutes in a 90-minute game with Borussia Dortmund against Man City. Oh, Leicester are in here. Leicester are in here. Should be he's shooting from 25 yards. I have had enough of Leicester. Have you seen it yet?
No.
Daka goes clean through and he shoots from 25 yards.
Spurs have still got the ball at the minute.
It's so bad. It's so bad. Daka is shite. Oh, God. Let's have 1 point and a goal difference of -9. Are you sure they're not going down? This is it. They're just, Liverpool dodged a massive bullet, didn't they?
Why is he shot on there?
Did you just see it?
He's rapid. Why is he not just continued running?
I know. That's where Brendan Rodgers must be pulling his hair out. His new hair out because
it was that Vout lad we were just talking about that played him through as well.
Oh, that's terrible.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
It's absolutely terrible. But yeah, Savage, if you're watching, just get in contact. We're worried. I know
free my guy Savage. I tell you what, I've not heard from him all week.
Free Savage, wherever he is, free him. Let him go. Whoever's watching this, let him go. I'll pay the £5 reward. Just let him go. I don't know what's happened to the man. I don't know what's happened to him.
It is a bit strange. It is.
I've messaged it, and the thing is, he's seen all my messages as well. So I don't know if he's. I hope he's. I rang him earlier and nothing, not a thing. So what's your views on the Arthur situation?
Yes, it's a bit strange how that whole. I'm not sure if there's an article, but all the reports to say that Klopp wasn't happy with him came out. It seems a bit out of nothing, to be honest, because the guy's only just joined. We know he didn't have a proper preseason. He's not played in a while, so he's not quite match sharp yet to be playing minutes. So it's understandable why we haven't seen him play for Liverpool just yet. And I just don't quite understand why the articles come out, because it can't be something that Klopp's actually said, because it would just seem criminal to criticize a player that you're at least going to have until January, so you're not going to want to upset him, upset the camp or anything. If you don't rate him, you just won't say anything. So I'm not quite, this seems a bit made up, to be honest.
By the sounds of it.
Yeah, and it did get denied anyway, didn't it? But just in terms of him, I think he does have good qualities, pretty press resistant, comfortable on the ball, good passing. I don't know if it's enough for Liverpool though, to be honest. Certainly as a starter for this Liverpool team, a team that's looking to create a new version of themselves, if you like, and they're going to need more creative, energetic players in the midfield. He'd be a good backup to somebody like Thiago say, but I don't think he is quite the level to be starting for Liverpool week in, week out in our future. So I hope I'm wrong, because we have the player now. We can see him for at least a season, and there's the rumor that the contract's already been kind of agreed. If he was to sign, the fee wouldn't be too high. So look, the situation's set up. If he's the right player for us, that we can sign him quite easily, and that would be absolutely perfect. But the only question mark now is he good enough? And we just have to see. I have my reservations with him, but I think he just needs to play. I think we spoke about it the other day though, when does he play? Because every single game for Liverpool, other than maybe the Rangers games, possibly, are
And then you don't want to take the piss out of Rangers, because it's Rangers, do you? You want to,
yeah.
You want
they'll be
respectful to it.
Yeah, exactly. And Klopp always shows respect to these teams. Whether in the cups, he always talks really well. He's a great guy to have as your manager, actually, because he always shows that respect from he always represents Liverpool in such a brilliant way when we play these like lesser tides, if you like, in the cups. And he always chucks in like experienced players along with like the youngsters and things. So, yeah, he always shows that respect, and I think he would do the same with Rangers as well. Well, thinking about it, we have to get points in that group even still. So Rangers isn't.
We've got Rangers back, ain't we? We've got Rangers back now.
So you're going to want to play a strong team against them. So he might start off a bat. It's unlikely. So I don't know when we actually see him, to be honest. Well, it'll be interesting. We could get to January and probably not seen enough of him to make a call. You know,
I've got the fixtures here. So on the 1st of October, which is our next game now, is Brighton. Now, when we play Brighton, Klopp has basically said by the time we play Brighton, we've got almost all the players are back. Apart from, I think they think Ox and Kate will be back by, the 2nd week of October. So apart from them two, everyone else will be back and fit and ready to go.
Wow.
So you got to feel like, if that's the case, where does Arthur sit? In that betting order. We know what Klopp likes and what he wants in his midfield. Hendo will be back. And I said it for a while now. After watching Ajax and Napoli, I like Harvey Elliott, but I just don't think it's working for the balance in the team defensively. And I can see why Hendo plays. I don't like it, but I can see why Hendo plays if he's available on that right hand side, because he's more disciplined. Look, it's not Elliot's fault either. Elliot's 19 years old. He wants to go forward and show his attacking skill off. He's not naturally defensive. Some people are just born naturally defensive. Harvey Elliott's naturally a forward-thinking footballer who wants to do a trick, who wants to play a give and go, get in around the box, maybe put a cross in, get a shot out. He's not really thinking about going back. And I said it as well. His right back is Trent. So if you're playing Harvey and Trent together on that right-hand side, for me, they're too immature to play together. And you need a bit more maturity there. So if you're playing Hendo with Trent, I think you have a bit more maturity on that side of the pitch, which then gives us a bit better balance. Because you can do it, as long as Fabinho and Thiago are playing. If you play Hendo on that right-hand side, I think it gives you more balance. People won't like it because it's Hendo. And I can understand it. But for a balance point of view, defensively, I think right now it's probably the best option, isn't it?
Yeah, like we've praised Elliot this season because he's been one of the few players that have been performed quite well. But in truth, Harvey Elliott shouldn't be one of the best performers for Liverpool because of his age and his experience, and his qualities. To be fair, like there's much better players in this team, so he shouldn't be the standout player. If he is, it tells you the bigger story, and that everybody else isn't performing to what they should be. But whilst he's been performing well, we have had defensive issues, and a large portion of our goals are coming down Trent's side. So you compliment him, but he is probably also part of the issue that we've got with people attacking down Trent's side. So there's probably something in that, he's a great player, but overall the system just can't cater for him. And it's not really a surprise when you think about it. A player as unique as Trent at right back and as attacking as he is, to think that you're going to have a right winger that cheats his football a little bit. I know he's worked hard the past couple of games. There's been clips where he's ran back and stuff, but on the whole, Salah doesn't do a whole lot of tracking back and defending and what have you. So if you're going to have a right winger who doesn't do defensive duties as such, and your right back is so attacking, then your right mid surely can't be, because that's just instantly you're looking at the whole of your right side of your team that have such good attacking attributes and way of thinking, but next to no defensive. And on FIFA that works fine, but in real life you have to have balance, and you have to have players that do the running and do the defensive side of the game. So I think you're probably right with the Henderson shout. That's why it's been so successful for us in the past is that Henderson has covered a lot of Trent's space where a traditional right back would have been. And I think that's why people get so excited about players like Jude, because somebody like Jude does everything. So you kind of think he'll come in and he'll do like add to like the creative side and what have you, but also do a lot of running, a lot of covering, defensive work rate and stuff. So he's like the perfect player for a lot of people because he's such an all-rounder. Plus, he's a very mature player for his age and what have you.
Exactly.
So, look, I think Elliot's done well this season. I thought he was in the Napoli game, although nobody was great. I thought he was a little bit out of his depth, to be honest.
I agree.
He got pressed on the ball, and he was tidy but safe. And I think if you're going to accept that Elliot's going to be in the midfield and be creative, you can't really afford for him to be too safe. You need him to just go out and play his game. And I felt like he couldn't play his game in that Napoli game. One, because we were bad overall, but I think the occasion was just a bit of a step too far for him at this stage of his development. That's just my opinion, but I think
19. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's a child.
and like I was really excited about him. He was my first choice, and he probably is my first choice right mid. To be fair, but like it is still on a short sample size. Like what was it, 5 games at the start of last season? And although it looked great and it worked brilliantly at that point, we've now got 5, 6, 7 games of it not going well. So we're probably at a point now where we've got 5.
Oh my word! Sorry, Kev. What a goal! But Madders is just mad. Maddison's just made it 2-2 with a tremendous volley. What a player he is. How is he still at Leicester? Sorry, Kev.
Yeah.
What? I don't know how he's still at Leicester. What a footballer.
I'm at the point at which Danny Ward's just turned Kulevsky.
All right, yeah, it's in the minute they go down the field. What a finish that was. What a finish.
I'll go watch it now.
See that he's got, I don't know how he's still at Leicester. He's such a talented player. Great ball. And on the half volley it is.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Disgusting finish.
First time hit. That's brilliant.
Beautiful goal, Madders there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yes.
He's going to cost.
But just going back to the Elliot thing then, it'd be good to get people's opinion in the chat about Elliot. Like, is he somebody that we can only chuck in against the lesser teams in the league, maybe? Cup games and Champions Leagues where we've probably already qualified or what have you. And then you get to the big occasions, the games that really matter, and you don't take that risk defensively and you do play Henderson still. I know he's not amazing going forward. He does that hook ball, which winds everyone up all the time. But like, in fairness to him, like he does the running, he does the yards. Like he's not been great this season, but then overall the team hasn't been. So, you know, it's hard to assess him at the minute.
It is. I mean, it's hard to assess everyone at the minute because because of injuries in the team, we're not being able to play. We want to play. You know, we're playing a system that don't work at the moment because none of the players are there to play in that system and make it work properly. So we're playing a high line with no midfield press and things like that. So things don't look good. So, but that's what we're saying. Harvey, you know, has arguably been, you know, our best midfielder since the start of the season. And so it might sound harsh on what we're saying, but you got to look at it as a balance kind of thing. If he had a right back, that was a traditional old school right back that never went over the halfway line. Yeah, the right back that never went over the halfway line, just sat there as a proper right back, you know, got forward when he needed to get forward. Elliot would be fine.
Yeah. Absolutely
fine. But you got a full back in Trent that you don't really want you don't want to limit his game. You want him to do what he does the other way. And it irritates us sometimes because he's a lazy fucker. But if you've got a midfielder there that gives you more balance to help, Jesus Christ, almost 3-2. You've got a midfielder that gives you better balance, and that's what Klopp's looking for. He's looking for balance in his midfield. If you look at all the players we're after, they're all midfielders that can play in that right centre midfield area. Tuchemeni would have played in that right centre midfield area. Bellingham, right centre midfield area. We're all after. That's what he's after. He's after that balance. He's got Thiago and he's got Fabinho. He just needs someone on that right hand side, and then we get that. That's why I think I wouldn't be surprised. Let me have a look at the fixtures. So we got on the 1st October when we come back, we got Brighton at home. Now it's a little bit of an easier game than it once was because obviously Graham Potter's not there no more, and Adam Lallana will be playing manager. So that could be a decent game for us to come back to. Then we have got where I'm at. Then we've got Rangers at home in the Champions League on the 4th. And then we're away to Arsenal and at home to Man City, our next 2 Premier League games. I can guarantee you right now, if he's fit, Jordan Henderson plays against Arsenal and Man City.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
Because Klopp will want that balance there. But as you say with Harvey, you don't even want to overplay Harvey too much as well. You don't want to overplay Harvey because he's a young guy. You don't want to burn players out. You want to put them in, and I think it's time now for Harvey to come out of the team.
Yeah.
What's he played? 7 games already this season, something like that. And I think it's time to just take him out of the team against Brighton. Mate, I mean, Arthur's playing in the under-21s today, ain't he, with Carvalho? So
yeah.
They might be getting him ready, getting him a bit sharper, getting him some rhythm. Because the under-21s, we all play the same way, don't they? They try and play the same kind of football way through the club.
Yeah.
So maybe they're trying to get him ready for that Brighton game. Because October's going to be mad. We've got 9 games in a month, ain't we? I think all the top 6 teams do, don't they? They've all got 9 games because of Europe and Premier League. And we've got the League Cup game against Derby as well, I believe, haven't we? So, I mean, it's going to be interesting. Yeah, Eunice says Harvey doesn't fit Klopp's system. I kind of agree in a way. If you look at the way the midfielders Klopp wants is a 6 and an 8. You've got to be able to play 6 and an 8 at the same time. You look at all the midfielders under Klopp's era so far. Gini could play a 6 and an 8. Hendo could play 6 and an 8. Milner could play 6 and an 8. Fabinho plays a 6. Thiago can play a 6 and an 8. Who am I missing? Are they all the midfielders in Klopp's time? Basically. Am I missing anyone? No, that's it, isn't it? If you look at all them, they all played that 6 and 8 position where they can get it back defensively and then they can counter-attack attackingly, like counter-attack wise, like a number 8 can. So they're the players Klopp wants in his midfield, workhorses that can also counter-attack.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for Harvey he hasn't got really a defensive bone in his body because that is not what he's used to. He just ain't got that in his game. That's not his natural game. His natural. I think that's why Jack Grealish might struggle a little bit at Man City sometimes as well, because you've got to work extremely hard from under Pep Guardiola for Manchester City, and that's and he's very attack-minded, forward-thinking. That's why I think Grealish don't play for England either. That's why Grealish don't play for England.
Possibly, yeah.
Because you've got to have that kind of ability to your game. And with Harvey, he's an exceptional footballer, but there's nothing wrong if he comes out of the team. It doesn't mean he's dropped or he's terrible. Just come out of the team for a little bit, ain't it? And, I'm looking at them 2 games against Arsenal and Man City, and I think Hendo will play them.
Yeah, and Harvey does need resting, but he also needs that motivation to keep fighting for his place in the team because he's been heavily praised. He's started, I think, most games this season. You don't want a kid at his age with all this noise around him about how brilliant he is to start smelling himself and taking his foot off the gas. You do need to pull him out for his own motivation and just say, nah, there's still other options here. And when you do come on, you need to be playing as you have been playing and earn that shirt again, just to keep him motivated, But his defensive side of the game, it's not to say that he can't learn it, and become that player. But you are right; it's not natural to him. And the thing is, Klopp's not gonna change his system for anyone, and he's especially not going to change it to try and make Harvey Elliott work. He might change it to make a Salah work, or a Nunes, but he's probably not going to do it to to suit the abilities of Harvey Elliott, because quite simply, he's not world class, quite like the other two are that, well, salarists say. So Harvey's got to learn that side of his game, or it might hinder his progress playing for Liverpool, you know, because if he continues to not, then we're going to continue to be exposed down that side of the pitch, and Klopp's going to have to change something. So he might just fall victim to that change, you know.
No, I agree. I think that we all like Harvey. No one's putting Harvey down, but you know, he needs to come out for a little bit, you know, and just bring in some, you know, the players came back from it. I just feel when the players all come back from injury, I don't think Harvey may be the starter I think he was going to be, just because of the balance of the team. And the balance means more than an individual footballer, if you ask me.
And I understand when people say, like, if you're old enough, you're good enough. And I do agree, but really, Harvey shouldn't be a starter for us. Like,
no. But you got to fit the system as well.
Yeah,
if you're not fitting the system at the same time, it doesn't matter how good you are. Do you know what I mean? If you're not fitting it, you need to come out. Harvey looks like Harvey looks like what he is, a kid. Yeah, exactly. That position needs Melo right now, who was a baller controller for Barca, but he was solid for probably linked with Neymar and Xavi, trying to bring him back to Barca. Yeah, he's a good. Look, it's what I say about Arthur Melo. Arthur Melo's a good footballer. If you told me we signed Arthur Melo 4 years ago for Liverpool, I'll be over the moon. We bought Arthur Melo. You're having a laugh. No, it's a quality player. And now we've come so far in this Liverpool involvement under Jurgen Klopp where we are now. We're like, don't know if Arthur Melo's a player we need. It's mad how the cycle's gone, ain't it?
Yeah. It's funny because for like such a long time, we had midfielders that were considered a bit boring, you know, a bit workmanlike, and their job was to just recycle the possession out to the wingers, out to the fullbacks and out to the forwards. And for a long time, fans were like, whilst we're having success with that, saying, "Oh, we want more technical players." And I think a large reason for that was because we were looking at Man City, who were our closest rivals, and seeing all the ballers that they had in their midfield, and we were thinking, we probably want a bit of that, you know. And we've kind of, Arthur Melo kind of fits more of the mold of a technical footballer as opposed to a workhorse, if you like. And now we're a bit like, hold on, we want that success back, so maybe we need the workhorses again. And then we look at, like, you know, go back to the summer, Tuchemene. You know, people wanted Basuma and Caicedo and stuff. These are workman-like midfielders. So it depends how this new Liverpool team's going to look. Are we going to revert back to the energetic midfield, or are we going to go to the technical midfield and more creative?
You know what?
To be seen.
I think the new Liverpool is the same Liverpool. I don't think Klopp wants to change it too much. I think he just wants new legs. I think that's all he wants. I think he feels like the setup he's got, the system he's got, you put fresh legs in it, and it's perfectly fine. I've even said that in previous videos that, you know, if he plays this formation and keeps going with his system, but you get fresh legs into it. You look at the players that haven't been killed off, you know, like your Diaz's and stuff like that, because they haven't been here long enough. You know, even Harvey's running around like a lunatic. You know what I mean? It's just, we need that. And I don't think Klopp really wants technical ballers in his midfield. I think Bellingham is about as high as he goes because I think he just rates Jude Bellingham.
Yeah.
But is there better technical ballers in midfield than Jude Bellingham in the world? Of course there is. You know, but Jude Bellingham's the one he wants. You know, is Nico Barella a better footballer than Jude Bellingham? Probably. But he's not the midfielder I don't think Klopp wants in this midfield right now. He wants that work horse midfield that gives the fullbacks the energy to go forward and create. Yeah. And the way, you know, he's revamping the forward line. He's got Nunez in, obviously, Diaz in. That's two new forwards. So if we do look at it this season, I'm not going to say transitional because that is the word going around. And Liverpool Football Club should not be in a transitional season. There's no way about it. But it's a transitional squad. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Because you're using two new forwards that you never used before together in a front three that was cemented for 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a change there. You know, Virgil is getting a little bit older, and that injury, that he played too much football for me last season, Virgil. I don't think he should have played as much as he did. He played far too much. For a man who was out for 9 months, come back and he's bang, I've stayed in the squad all the time now. And I think that's just catching up with Virgil. I don't think Virgil's downgrading actually or losing it or anything like that. I think Virgil, like a lot of players, are just beat up and tired, and just could do with the rest. This rest we're having right now might do Virgil and the team a world of good.
Mm-hmm.
They're literally not doing anything but training and going on. Hopefully, the only thing I do hope is that Klopp ain't training them too hard. Because we do know Klopp sometimes, he loves a double training session, don't he, when there's no games.
Well, it might be a bit of that. All our injuries seem to come on the training ground. So
yeah, he does love a double training session when we're not playing games. But it's just so he's not, and the training's quite light and just fun and just keeping their rhythm up and their fitness levels. That's all you really need to do right now. They don't really need a double training sessions. All it really needs is to keep the rhythm and their fitness high. Keep that up. Don't let that drop, and you don't really need to do much else.
Yeah.
So let's hope that's the case, and these players come back fit, because I think when we got all the players back, especially in the October, when we go have this busy month, I think a busy month suits Liverpool. I actually think a busy month suits us, where some other clubs get a bit like, this ain't good for. I know Klopp will say 9 games in a month is too much, it's ridiculous and all that. But the way we play better when we have a lot of games. It's mad. We're one of the only clubs who do. We actually play a lot better when we have game after game after game after game, and there's not much training in between, because, as you say, most of our injuries come from AXA.
The new pitches. Yeah, I agree. We do play better when we're playing every few games. It's like a match, next day recovery, bit of technical and match preparation, then you play again. And like Liverpool works so well on with good momentum that we just carry this energy into games when we're winning, and half the time we're not playing particularly well, but there's an inner belief in the squad that they can pull out results, and that's what we've seen for the past few years in the league. So I agree. Like, I used to really worry about this squad playing every few games, but I think if you look back at the past few years, they do quite well in these periods. I mean, they don't tend to do. I always worry when they come back after a break as well, that first game back, but I'm not going to say whether they do well or not, because I'd have to go back and check the stats. But in my head, I'm thinking the first game back after like an international break or what have you, we usually don't do particularly well. I can remember the Leicester result we did, but I think we've had iffy results off the back of them. But yeah, certainly once we get going and we've got that momentum, we need that momentum, I think, or not need it, but we use momentum a lot better than all the other teams in this league. Man City fans will tell you the same with their team, that they like actually games every few days, but they do it differently, because they'll bench Bernardo Silva, Foden, and De Bruyne, and then they'll play on the following game. So they're constantly resting players. For us, we're using the same legs, but it's just like motivations like sky high, and the guys just keep rolling and rolling. And yeah, I'm looking forward. It's been a bit of a weird start to the season in that, like, we've played badly. We had the 2 Monday night kickoffs, so there's been like waits during the games. Now we've not played because of obviously the passing. There's games going on, but Liverpool aren't playing. It feels like this season's just so start, and I'm looking forward to just games every few days now. I need Liverpool in my eyeballs every few days. I need the wins, and I can get that Liverpool feeling back. You know what I mean? Where it feels like we're a powerhouse again, and I think it will come. That Ajax game, having Thiago back was like, okay.
You see the
it's a good sign now. It's a good sign that this Liverpool team can tick. Thiago's massively transforms this team, but if he stays fit, you start to see the qualities of everybody else, because this guy's just dictating everything. So yeah, I'm looking forward to these games coming back thick and fast. I agree. I think we'll do better once they once we play every few days. But we've got a tough start. Brighton, like you said, is a bit easier now that Potter's gone. But Arsenal and Man City, the two probably most informed teams in the league. That's not going to be easy.
It's going to be a tough October. So our October kicks off, as you say, with Brighton. Then we're at home to Rangers. Then away to Arsenal. Then away to Rangers. Then at home to Man City. Then at home to West Ham. Then we're away to Nottingham Forest. But them two games are 3 days apart, which is mad. Then we're away to Ajax, and then we'll finish off the month at home to Leeds United. And that is a hard month. If we can get out of this month reasonably good, I mean, for me, the City game's going to be the hardest. Arsenal away will be a difficult game, but it's a game I still fancy us over. It's still a game I think we can.
If Jota's fit, I'm confident.
If Jota's fit, Jota just scores against Arsenal, don't it? So, and like the form Jota showed in that Ajax game, it's a player we've missed badly.
Yeah.
I
said to you, though, that I think that's the best I've seen. Here he is. Here I Rods.
What's happening, mate? What's happening? Jumping in.
Doing, my man? How you doing,
jumping in this Saturday evening. Do you know what I mean? I just finished watching a film called The Raid, Called The Raid. Oh, that's quality. You should watch that. It's quality. It's quality.
What's it on? I'll have a look.
I've got this thing called F Movies, yeah? I don't know if you've heard of F Movies.
Whoa. Save this for the podcast tomorrow.
No. It's nothing like that. It's like a thing, yeah. If you Google it, you can get it and I think that and hit the first link. Careful. And it's got the latest TV. Stop that. It's got latest TV shows, latest movies, and so forth. And I think that. Do you know what I mean? You heard of Project Free TV? You ever heard of that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's a bit like that. Do you know what I mean? Oh, man, this film's quality. So how's it going, lads? What's going on?
Oh, good, man. All good. We're just Batman says Rods is the man, laughing as soon as he comes into the stream. Rods is the man.
Rod's always brings the happiness and the energy. I like it.
I just want to say that thank you, Rods, by the way. I saw Coppish. I watched Coppish back yesterday because I didn't watch it live, the call-in show. Yeah. And I saw your call, Rods, because Cal gave me a ring. Cal spoke to me this morning. He phoned me this morning about everything, and we had a chat and all that. And I went back and watched Coppish and watched you on there talking to the boys and saying about myself and all that. So much love from me to you, by the way, Rod.
No, man, it's my pleasure. What I said on that stream is like 100% honest, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart because you're a good guy. And you don't deserve that treatment. Nobody deserves that treatment. Treatment. Release of all yourself and everything like that. So, yeah, I meant every word of it, brother. Don't worry. So, you're welcome.
Friend. Thank you very much for yourself. And we've got to ask this question, Rods. Have you kidnapped Savage?
We have to ask everybody we see to whittle it down.
Where's he got? He's gone missing, man. I'm just like, I was worried and shit, man. I ain't set her for him. He just like he come out the chat, didn't he? He came out the chat and like
he come out. I mean, he started that Twitter thing, didn't he? He made it. Then he came out of it and put me in charge. And then I brought him back in, and he's like, "No, fuck that, I'm off again." I've messaged
is he all right,
him.
though?
I've messaged him, and called him. I've actually sent him a link for this video, and he's actually seen the link because it's blue ticked. And he ain't messaged or said anything. So I have no.
Wait, I hope he turns up. Doesn't tell anybody. Turns
I
up
reckon
to
he's
tomorrow
just
night.
turn up tomorrow.
Just has like an absolute fire story. Like some madness has happened to him. Because if this guy rocks up now, right, it's just like, oh yeah, I've been busy. I ain't gonna let him off the leash. I tell you now. Everyone's stressing.
He's gonna say, "You see what happened there? You see what happened? Well, this happened and that happened." You know what I mean, one of them ones.
So everyone's asking what happened and all that about Coppish and all that. So what happened, guys, is that I got, as you all know, I got a lot of, like I told you in the last video when I broke down that, I got a lot of abuse and horrible messages online about Penny, and I didn't want to speak to her about her anymore and on the channel or anything like that. And Rods was on Coppish last night, and he was having a good conversation with the boys, and then it came up, and he was just talking about it, and the boys didn't know, and they couldn't believe what they heard and stuff like that. So, yeah, so it's been horrible, but what I've decided now, I'll put a picture up on Twitter, Dave, no one's seen it. So it's our operation with our x-rays as well, with the rods in her spine and everything into her neck and all that, and the halo on her head, screwed into her head and everything, keeping her neck straight. So what I've basically done there is I'm saying fuck them, and I will talk about my daughter as much as I like.
Yeah,
and,
because
I'm not gonna let people win.
You know something, Phil? I don't really fuck with that, because you see what it is. My little brother, he's disabled. The one does a show with me sometimes. He's disabled. He's got MS, and he got it obviously late in life, because he's like 5.5 years younger than me, and he got it in his 30s and stuff. And like, it's rough. It's rough. Any disability in there is rough, and everything like that. Do you understand what I'm getting at? So to have somebody mention that in a horrible way, and for that, as I say, it takes a special kind of scum to actually do that, and I think that. So I say at the day, mention your daughter every single time, because your daughter at the day is an inspiration. You understand what I'm saying? She's inspired you to do this, do what you're doing now. Do you understand what I'm saying? So mention your daughter all you like, mate. All you like. Do you know what I mean? And by the way, she all right though?
Yeah. So I spoke to her, and I had a video call with her today, and yeah, she's doing good. She's in great spirits today. She's off her oxygen and all that at the moment, and breathing quite nicely on her own and stuff like that. And she's having a good conversation with me, in nice spirits, having a laugh, telling me what she wants and everything. And yeah, she's doing really well. Hopefully, won't be in hospital much longer. 10 more days, comes home. We can all be a family again. But she's doing really well. All they need to do, they need to start getting her out of bed, because she's been laying down now for almost 5 weeks. And her hip and knee have gone a bit like stiff, and she's not moving it properly.
They
need to get her out of bed and start doing things. So, but she's doing great, absolutely fantastic, and
love it.
I mean, I started this channel for her as well, because I'm disabled myself. When I was 14 years of age, I got paralysed in school.
Serious?
Yeah, I had a virus. I didn't know of it. I was born with a virus, and the virus was in my spinal fluid, and I didn't know. I had a perfectly normal childhood, a perfectly normal life, nothing wrong with me. Never even had a cold really. And then when I turned around, when I was 14, in the autumn, the winter of when I was 14, I went to school one day, and I was walking to school, and my arse cheeks, right, were burning hot, right, like burning hot.
Dodgy curry, mate.
because the nerve endings in my legs started to explode. That's what it was. All the nerve endings exploded in my body. And when I got into class, I sat down in class, and I couldn't feel my legs again. Like my legs completely paralyzed, and I couldn't walk. I didn't get my feelings back in my legs till I was about 9-10 weeks in. After started getting a little bit of feeling in my legs and stuff like that, and I had to learn again how to walk again like a baby.
Right.
How to walk again and stuff like that. But then it left me a lot of problems. So I've got no calf muscles or anything like that in my legs. So I've got these massive thighs like that, because I was a swimmer, and I've got like big knees, and then my legs go. So they're big up here, and they go woo, like that. So
Johnny Bravo. Is it Johnny Bravo?
Yes. So I've got loads of muscle wastage in my legs, and my feet turned in like that, and like in my left foot, I've got no use of my toes. None of my toes work in my left foot apart from my big toe. So all my other toes stayed down like that, and my big toe stayed up, and I can't move my toes. I can't. The muscles don't work in them no more. And that my left foot used to be, so my ankle was here, and my left foot would be over like that, and I'd walk here, but my ankle would be straight. So it'd be like a proper club foot, like my toes would face east, and my ankle was facing north, sort of thing. And then with my left foot was the same sort of thing. So I've had many operations on these feet to get them straight again, which they are now, but I've got a lot of muscle issues in my feet and legs. It's called transfer It's called transfer myelitis. That is the. It's quite a rare disorder.
Yeah,
like 1 million people get it around the world, and it's like a Guillain-Barré syndrome or things like that. Then kind of like syndromes, like Marcus Babbel had when he was at Liverpool.
Right. Okay.
Syndrome. It's kind of like that, and
and he nearly passed away from it, didn't it?
Yeah, it left me with a lot of issues. So I showed my daughter that no matter if you're disability or anything like that, you can do something you love.
Yeah,
so that's why I started. That's why I started this channel.
Wow,
so,
it's interesting to see why people do it, because like you just assume people just come on these platforms or start these platforms because they're like talking football or whatever. It's interesting to see everybody here's got a story, haven't they? And it's like, I respect everybody that does the content creation or the YouTube scene or whatever, because you're putting yourself out there. Like there are people, I've spoken to Savage about this before, there's people out there that just say stuff for clickbait, and like they have this shield up, and it's like they know they're just saying clickbaits to get views, but like we come on and we just tell our opinions, and not everybody will agree with the opinion. And you can be, judged and criticized and stuff, but we just come on and we speak honestly, and we're open guys, and we hope that provides enough entertainment for people. But you put yourself out there, you put yourself out, and not me. I mean, I just come here and talk football. I'm not really sharing too much about my life, but I do respect everybody that's put themselves out there and for the benefit of the people that watch, because it's easy to, fully respectful of the chat and appreciate everybody in the chat, but it is easy just to come in the chat and just think, he's talking rubbish and just judge somebody, but to actually come on and speak and stuff and open yourself up for potential criticism, it takes, it takes a bit of balls,
But criticism on me, I don't give a shit, Criticize me all you want, have a go about me, my appearance, do what you want. It's just when it's your daughter, it's extremely difficult.
Yeah.
With something, right, I'll tell you right now, there was a picture. There was a picture of her because obviously she's had her neck fused and all that, right? Someone did a picture of her, edited it with her with no head.
That's
disgusting. And the comment underneath it was, "There you go, I'll fix the problem for you."
No.
That's the stuff. That's the stuff I've had, And most of the time, I just blank it. But
you do, because the people that are doing that stuff, they're not even human,
That's the operation chef.
Oh, wicked!
As you can see, that's the rods she's had on either side of her spine to help her scoliosis. But as you see, it goes right up here into the neck. So she's had her neck fused as well, because her ear was on her shoulder where her neck was fused in that position. It's a brand new position for her that she's never been in her life. And they put two. I mean, look at the size of these rods and screws and all that. It's just.
She's a brave. The thing that there, she's a brave young lady. She's a brave young girl and everything that, right? And all the plaudits goes out to your daughter, because she's brave to go through an operation like that. See, everybody's got this journey in life. Do you know what I mean? I don't mind at the day somebody coming on my stream and everything that and say, you're talking shit and you're this and you're that and everything that. I don't mind you doing that, but tell me why. You know what I mean? Tell me why you think at the day I'm talking shit. Then I can debate with you and everything about it and everything that, right? Then we can agree to disagree. Don't just come on and say you're talking shit and you should do this and you should do that and everything that. It makes no sense. Do you know what I mean? Because you're just talking for the sake of talking. Why don't you come on and debate with me and everything that? I will debate with anybody. And if I'm wrong, I'll say I'm wrong. Do you understand what I'm saying? You understand? Come debate with me.
This all started because I didn't agree with the FSG out crowd. This is where it all started from.
This is what frustrates me though, Jamie, because like
they brought her into it.
But your platform, it's like we literally, nobody who appears on Jamie's show, right, cares about what anybody looks like or their backgrounds or anything. You come on because you're a Liverpool fan or you're a football fan and you want to talk that. Like, this should be a community where people can just come and say their opinion, and if you agree or you disagree, and you move on, you know, and no one cares what you look like or what you or where you come from or what your history is, because that's not what's important. What's important is
relevant.
that, you know, you talk football and you talk Liverpool, you know. So for them people to go and like be personal like that, just idiots, man. It's not what this platform's about. It's not what it's for. Like, you're trying to build a community, not like tear people down.
No, that's as I'm saying. Do you know what I mean? Because I was saying to Coppage and that one, because I started like that panel show. Done one the other day on yesterday actually. Done one yesterday for that. Zabiri was on there. I had a few two Chelsea fans.
Zabiri on.
Yeah, Zabiri. He's funny as fuck. I know
he is. I like him.
Funny, he's so funny. Yeah, I mean stitches. I had him on there yesterday. And I had Glasgow Red, and I had two Chelsea fans in there for that. And we had a really proper good debate in it for that. Do you know what I mean? So, but one of my subjects in the day, probably not this one, but the one after episode 3 is going to be on cyber abuse and stuff like that. I'm actually going to do a segment on there. Obviously, I would like you to join as well, Jamie, and you, Kevin, for that. I'm going to do like a show on it, because I think we as people that's got platforms and everything like that, no matter what platform you got, need to address certain issues in society and everything like that. Do you know what I mean? You know, and talk about it and everything, because if we don't address it and everything like that, right, there'll be other people out there and everything like that will probably getting that abuse and everything like that and don't know what to do about it. Do you understand what I'm getting at? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stuff. So
that's
one of the projects.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. They're using your platform for something good. Like, I respect it, Rod. Definitely.
Yeah, it's got to be done. It's got to be done, really. You know what I mean? That's what I'm here for. I'm here for because like 10 or 15 years ago, and everything that fans like us and everything, we didn't have a voice.
Yeah,
we literally had no voice and everything that. We had to listen to Sky Sports and everything that, and whatever they said to us and everything, we had to take it because we had no voice in everything. Now it's come to these times that we have got a voice in it, we should be using it in a positive way. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In a positive way, really.
Yeah.
That's what
the thing is, like, if you like, let's say, like, pick out people in the chat, right, and give them tickets to go to Anfield. What if they sit down in a seat next to somebody and just judge them for what they look and sound like? They're not going to sit there and watch the game. Of course they are.
Yeah.
So, like, you can't come and purposely come on YouTube or whatever platform it is and watch a video and then start abusing. Like, just because it's a different type of platform or wherever it is you are or watching through, you think it's acceptable. It's not. Like, Batman just said he'll return the ticket. But I should have expected that one of it. Hey, Batman, I'd have gone home if I was sat next to you, my friend, as well. So
Batman's funny, you know.
So guys, obviously tomorrow is the big, After Dark Part 2, Episode 2, 10 p.m. You up for it?
Yeah.
Fuck
yeah.
I got to find my guy first.
Pat-Man, we've got to find Savage, obviously. Pat-Man's going to be there as well. We're going to put the link in. Pat-Man, are you on Twitter or anything like that? If you are, I'll send you a link there. If you're not,
I've got Pat-Man on Twitter, Jamie, so I can
send in the link on. Yeah. And we'll send Pat-Man the link so he can come on as well. And with Zabiri, you're more than welcome, my friend. Zabiri, I'll put the link in the chat for you tomorrow, mate. And come on as well, Zabiri. Come on. And
that's
tell
gonna be funny if
stories,
you got
man. Remember, it's an anything goes podcast. YouTube didn't take the first one down, so it seems to be all right. Didn't take the first one down.
Oh, they'll latch on sooner or later. Don't worry.
Once more people start to watch it, it gets more popular. You watch YouTube start to take it down, but at the moment it's still safe. But I didn't monetize it. I turned the monetization off for it because it was pointless. So I won't do them. Yeah, that Pat-Man can't wait for it. I can't wait for it either. It's gonna be a good one. Yeah. It's just a bit of it's a nice bit of a laugh at the end of a busy week, ain't it? It's everyone. And then obviously
And it don't have to be like, guys, it don't have to people in chat, don't have to be like personal or like crazy stuff. We can talk about whatever, different sports or whatever it is,
anything
it's an
going
open
on, anything
thing.
you want to bring up. If there's a conversation you want to bring up, just bring it up.
Yeah.
We'll chat about it and have a laugh and that.
It's just like being down the pub, isn't it?
Huh?
Yeah, that's
just like being
pub chat.
Just pub. It's like being down the pub and you chat with your mates and you can have a laugh.
Maybe what I should have called it. Pub chat. That's maybe what I should have called it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's that's basically what it is, yeah. Just chatting to your mates and
well,
stuff.
we've got no Liverpool now for what? How many days is it? 2 weeks or whatever. So
2 more weeks.
Are we playing next weekend?
1st of October, our next game.
Fuck.
It's the national break as well, ain't it?
How long is that?
So you've got 2.5 weeks yet. It's only the 17th of October.
Why have you got international break? Really qualified.
It's because, I think the teams just need a few games before the World Cup.
Yeah, but my argument is I'll probably bring this up tomorrow. Why do they have to do it in our time? Go kind of do it in fucking their time. Do you understand what I'm getting at? Why is it always that we're always having these breaks at the end of the day? Sort of like, and then when our players come back and they either come back injured or or knackered because they're playing the other side of the world and shit, man. Why can't they just do this at the end of the day, at the end of the season, man? Do you know what I mean? Even if you make a tournament out of it.
Well, God, they have done that, Rod. They've done that with the Nations League, but now
the Nations League.
Yeah, but they never had that. They never had that before, did they? They never had that before. This is like a relatively new thing, this Nation League and everything. And even then, they don't really have it in someone's that, do they? Really?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There is, as a whole, there's just too much football. Like players are playing way more football than they once did. So it's crazy.
Yeah, they're playing far.
It's crazy, man. You know what I mean?
Playing far. Tottenham are 3-2 up here as well.
Yeah, Benton Core scored quite a nice finish. Actually,
half hour ago. Tottenham are equal points with Man City on 17 at the moment.
Is that joint top? Is that what it is?
Yeah, they're joint top with City. Well, a second. City was second. But yeah, they're joint. They're on 17 points each.
Who's Tottenham playing?
Leicester. I was going to do a watch long for this game, but I thought it'd be boring. It's one of the best games I've seen so far.
We basically have done a watch along. It's called the Liverpool show. It's spent about 2 minutes on Liverpool.
It's been actually a good game. Dak has called.
No, nothing's happening. Nothing's happening with Liverpool. Though. That's the trouble. It's making up fake rumors, and then we'll talk about Jude again. It's driving me mad.
I need football in my life. I need it, man.
Do you tell what is positive though? Talking about Liverpool, and I know you mentioned it earlier on or on your last show, Joe, but Konate coming back I'm so excited to see this guy again because he is everything as a centre back, pace, power, everything. He might take him a while to get match sharp because he's obviously been out for a while, but he coming back into the defence is going to be big for us, especially covering for Trent and give us options to rest Virgil as well, maybe. So I'm really looking forward to seeing him because we've not seen him this season, have we? He's not played at all.
You know what? You know what my favourite memory is about Konate? It's when he picked.
I know. I already know.
He picked up Fred and moved him out.
Yeah.
Oh, when he just picked Fred up like that, it just went like
He did it while smiling as well. This guy, he's about it. Konate is.
Oh, Konate is wicked, man.
Konate has been missed because, as I say, with Virgil, he played too many games last season. Virgil, he played everything, didn't he? Yeah. And I think that's catching up with him this season after his injury. So Konate coming back, you can play Konate and Matip. You can give Virgil a break, can't you? And let him rest because Matip, though, man, he don't miss a beat. Matip, does he?
Well, that's the point. He was brilliant the other night. So you have to really either watch the game back again or focus on watching Matip to understand how well he reads the game. Because it's not stuff you pick up on because, like, he just makes an interception or he's, like, on the player's back or whatever. And you just kind of think, it's part and parcel of the game. You're focusing on other things. But, like, actually, them things are just his brilliance. And it just goes under the radar. But his reading of the game is amazing. Like,
awesome.
When we talk about underrated Matip, if he played for France, Spain, or England, he'd be rated. It's so true.
And if you weren't signed on a free, if you're signed for a fee, you might have a bit more attention.
He's our best ever free. He's a tremendous centre back. He comes back from injury. He plays. He doesn't drop a beat. He just looks fantastic. He's great on the. He is the best defender in the Premier League at bringing out the ball. I won't have.
Oh yeah, for real.
Saying different. Don't think there's a better defender bringing out the ball from the defence than Joel Matip. I mean, he runs past players. The man can dribble. He's actually our best dribbler in the club.
He probably is. Yeah, he probably is.
Mad. It's mad. He's tremendous, and he's so underrated. He always has been. Even when us Liverpool fans could watch him every week, tells everyone like he's tremendous. This bloke is a very good centre back. He's up there, one of the best in the league without a doubt. And then not Matip. He's always like. Now I think rival fans are fighting on how good he is now. Like he's a beast.
Yeah, he is. I love the guy.
We were just waiting for him to come back though. Even when we had Gomez in there, like filling in for him, we was literally waiting for him to come back. Do you know what I mean? And now he's back and everything. Like he's just showing us really what we missed. You know what I mean? In Matip.
There's some great defenders.
He's got good pace as well.
We're going to call it there, guys. We're going to call it there because I know Cav's got to get off. His dinner's here, apparently. So
my dinner's here, so I've got to go.
He's either had it made or he just ordered it.
What you got? What you got, bro? What you got for dinner?
Nah, I'm on a cheat. I'm on a cheat day. I'm not gonna say I'm on a cheat day. I've been cooking quite a lot this week. To be fair, I don't usually cook. My other half does. She's great.
I'm not the best cook.
What do you cook, Cav? What do you cook?
Beans on toast.
Nah, look, I follow this Instagram page, right, and I basically just copy it step by step. So I've done.
Way to do it.
Yeah, I'm on these like high protein, low carb meals, and like to be honest, I've been eating them, and I've been eating like 2 portions because it's just I'm following the recipe, and they're just way too small. So I've been trying.
I'm the same, but I'm similar to you, but I'm the opposite. I'm on high protein, high carb, and I'm just on high everything right now. So I don't cook really either, but because I'm on my own with the kids at the moment, I've been cooking their dinners and lunches and breakfast every day. Yeah. And the thing is, because I'm doing it on my own every day with the kids, I now don't feel like eating. I'm cooking all the kids' meals all the time. I'm cooking their dinner, making their lunch, and I'm like, I just don't want to eat.
Yeah,
I don't want to eat.
Food always tastes better when you're not cooking it, though.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to cook a meal and eating for one. It's like I don't want to do it. But guys, we will be back tomorrow night, 10 p.m. for the After Dark podcast. We're going to have all the boys here. Hopefully we find Savage or someone releases him.
Yeah.
And
Pat-Man. I'm looking forward to seeing you, Pat-Man.
And Sabiri will be here as well. So
man.
10 p.m. UK time. Don't forget Sabiri, 10 p.m. UK time. And make sure you're all here 10 p.m. tomorrow night, guys. And bring your questions along with you. Because what we'll do, we'll get your questions. We'll make what I can do. I can star all the questions on your chats, and then I can store them all up in the starred column, and then we can go to them later in the show and have a bit where we answer all your questions, guys. So, any questions? Make sure you get them in the chat. Any stories you want us to talk about that you might have seen in the week online or on TV or anything like that you want us to talk about? Make sure you tell us as well. And it should be a fun show, and I'm looking forward to it.
It will be fun.
End the week in a good way. I've got this joke about the royal family, but I don't know if I should say it.
Nah, probably don't. If you're having to think about whether you should say it, then you shouldn't say
Don't say it.
Because it is on the eve, obviously. Right, guys. I'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks for joining.
Thanks,
much love to
everybody.
everyone in the chat. Don't forget to hit the like and sub, and don't forget to go to Anfield Rods and check out his channel as well. Much love to everyone. Peace.
Take care.